Alright. It's your boy King Studio Best. Y'all already know the topic today: relationships. Y'all best believe that. Doo-doo. Create. Alright, we're gonna do it like this. So yeah. Let's go to the middle. Share. I didn't know. Get the hell out of here. It's over with. Alright. I ain't know it was this easy. Boy, that's crazy. How we gonna play this one? Let's see how we gonna play this one right here. Alright. Relationships about Gervonta Davis. I'm sorry. I had to fool y'all. All right, we're gonna start with this video right here.
And I feel as though that's don't be like that. If you like that, then stand on that.
Gervonta Davis is open to fighting Shakur Stevenson on one brutal condition. Gervonta Tank Davis, the WBA lightweight champion, cemented his status as one of boxing's elite fighters with a stunning 7th-round knockout of Frank Martin at the MGM Grand Arena in Las Vegas on June 16th. This marked Davis's 5th successful title defense since he captured the vacant belt by defeating Yuriorkis Gamboa in December 2019. Now, boasting a flawless record of 3-0-0-0 with an incredible 28 wins by knockout, Davis has established himself as a knockout artist and a dynamic force in the lightweight division.
And the whole Loma thing wasn't his fault. Loma's the one that backed out of it and said he was going to take some time away. So that's not necessarily on Tank. Regardless if we're talking resumes or not, I think the one thing that Tank has over Shakur is he's actually entertaining to watch. He is a pay-per-view fighter. He does sell pay-per-view fights. Like, people want to see Tank fight. He's exciting. I don't think Shakur Stevenson has that under his belt at all.
As Davis looks ahead to his next challenge, the stakes have never been higher. The lightweight division is packed with talent, and Davis has a number of competing options. Chief among these is Shakur Stevenson, the reigning WBC lightweight champion and a 2016 Olympic silver medalist. A fight between the two would not only serve as a unification bout, but also as a clash of styles. Davis's devastating power against Stevenson's defensive brilliance. This potential fight has been amplified by public exchanges between the two fighters, further stoking interest among fans.
And he'll be 31 time of his retirement. Like, I'm not buying that. There's some truth to what he's saying in terms of, like, I buy that he wants to just step away. There's a lot of fights we're potentially missing out on. And today, this is noteworthy, but he dismissed Shakur Stevenson as somebody who's accomplished nothing in boxing. Their resumes they're not like terribly far apart in terms of quality of opposition, things of that nature. Like, Tank's been in our lives a lot longer, but Shakur Stevenson rose to prominence very quickly. And I think, like, that's a miss.
Beyond Stevenson, Davis has other intriguing potential opponents, such as Teofimo Lopez, the WBO junior welterweight champion, or William Zepeda, an undefeated rising star from Mexico. Each of these fights presents unique challenges, but Stevenson stands out as the most significant, both for the legacy it would establish and for the excitement it would generate among fans. Shakur Stevenson represents a pivotal test for Gervonta Davis as the champion. Stevenson is undefeated and widely regarded as one of the most technically sound fighters in boxing. A 2016 Olympic silver medalist, Stevenson has climbed the professional ranks with precision, relying on his sharp defensive skills and exceptional ring IQ to neutralize his opponents. His style contrasts sharply with Davis's, making a potential matchup between the two a fascinating tactical chess match. Stevenson has not shied away from expressing his desire to face Davis, challenging him publicly and making it clear he believes he has the tools to win.
Me and Tank, it's the biggest fight in the world.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be the biggest boxing fight in the world when it happens. I could see it happening not too far in the future.
Really?
Tank sign that contract.
Dang.
And I'm going to sign a contract too, so it's
Then
like,
you'll get it on.
A unification between Davis and Stevenson would not only draw significant attention, but also elevate both fighters' careers. For Davis, defeating Stevenson would silence critics who argue that he has not consistently faced elite-level opponents. For Stevenson, a victory over Davis would establish him as the undisputed king of the lightweight division. Adding an unexpected twist to the narrative, Gervonta Davis has recently hinted at retirement, stating that he plans to leave the sport after 3 more fights in 2025. This announcement has left fans and analysts speculating about his motivations. Some interpret it as a negotiation tactic, while others view it as a genuine indication of Davis's plans to exit the sport on his own terms. Davis's comments were delivered with a tone of discontent, suggesting frustration with the boxing world or possibly with the demands of maintaining his status at the top, is undefeated. Record and knockout-heavy career have made him a star, but the pressure to continually perform against top competition can take its toll. Retirement would deprive fans of potential marquee matchups, particularly the highly anticipated clash with Shakur Stevenson. If Davis follows through on his retirement plans, it could significantly impact his legacy. While his accomplishments to date are remarkable, stepping away without facing Stevenson or other top-tier opponents like Teofimo Lopez could leave questions about how he would have fared against the best of his era. While the prospect of Davis versus Stevenson excites fans, the road to making the fight is fraught with complications. Reports suggest that Davis has attached a brutal condition to the bout. One potential sticking point is a rehydration clause, which Davis might demand to limit Stevenson's weight gain after the weigh-in. These clauses, while common in boxing, are controversial as they can affect a fighter's performance and even compromise their health. Alternatively, Davis might push for a larger share of the purse, citing his established status as a pay-per-view draw. Such negotiations are often contentious and could delay or derail the fight entirely. The commercial appeal of this fight hinges on both fighters' undefeated records and championship statuses. As a result, any disagreement over terms could risk robbing fans of a bout that could define an era in the lightweight division. Another wrinkle in the Davis-Stevenson saga is Shakur Stevenson's reported refusal of a one-fight deal, instead requesting a multi-fight agreement. This development, revealed by Steven Espinoza, raises questions about Stevenson's approach to securing high-profile bouts. While multi-fight deals can offer stability and financial security, they also complicate negotiations, particularly when dealing with a star like Davis, who has significant leverage. Davis has responded dismissively to Stevenson's demands, stating that Stevenson is not worth it and implying that he needs more experience before stepping into the ring with someone of Davis's caliber. Davis's comments suggest a belief that Stevenson has yet to prove himself at the highest level, despite holding a world title. This dismissive attitude could be posturing aimed at gaining the upper hand in negotiations, but it also risks alienating fans eager to see the fight happen. Stevenson, for his part, likely sees a multi-fight deal as a pathway to securing his long-term career goals, including bouts against other high-profile opponents. However, this stance could backfire if it delays or derails his chances of facing Davis, a fight that would undoubtedly define his career. Gervonta Tank Davis recently voiced his frustration over what he sees as contradictory behavior from Shakur Stevenson. According to Davis, Stevenson's public persona, particularly on social media, doesn't match his demeanor in private. He criticized Stevenson for acting boldly online but displaying a different attitude in person, recounting an instance where Stevenson reportedly visited Davis's locker room seeking a photo after posting tough comments on Twitter. Davis remarked, "Don't be like that. If you're like that, then stand on that. Don't try to say all this stuff on Twitter and then run to my locker room and want to take a picture." His comments highlight a perceived lack of authenticity in Stevenson's behavior, suggesting that Davis expects more consistency between words and actions. Furthermore, Davis expressed doubts about Stevenson's intentions regarding a potential fight, claiming that Stevenson won't fight him despite his public statements. This adds fuel to the ongoing tension between the two. with Davis seemingly challenging Stevenson to prove his seriousness by stepping into the ring. For Davis, this appears to be about more than just the fight. It's a matter of integrity and living up to one's word.
You and Shakur had some back and forth going. I'm talking about some serious back. This is the first time I ever seen Tank Tank. Listen, this might have been the first time I seen my Tank from Baltimore come out. Nigga said, "What up, Buzz Ball, niggas?" I was like,
Cause it's like I wasn't really on no like speaking on other people's name type stuff. You know what I mean? And a lot of people they
The verbal exchanges between Gervonta Tank Davis and Shakur Stevenson
what?
have added more fire to an already heated boxing landscape.
What's going on?
Recently,
man?
Davis aimed a pointed jab at Stevenson, saying, "What has Shakur done? What has he done in sports? He has done nothing." These words underscore the rising tension between two of boxing's most talented fighters,
Yeah, Tank
both of
ain't
whom
really
are carving out their
fighting
legacies in the lightweight
nobody. That was
division.
really
Shakur Stevenson
hard.
has responded
Man,
to
all
Tank's
them
remarks
get
with
easy
confidence,
fighters.
asserting his skills and accomplishments while expressing
Good
interest
job,
in a
man.
future clash. Stevenson, known for his slick defensive abilities and tactical acumen, seems unbothered by the critique. On the other hand, Davis's comments reflect his belief in his superiority, a sentiment backed by his reputation as a knockout artist with a substantial fan base. This exchange is not just about egos, but reflects the competitive nature of the sport. Both fighters have strong followings, and a potential matchup would be a blockbuster event for boxing. Stevenson recently moved to lightweight, where Davis reigns as one of the top fighters, making a future showdown between the two more plausible. The verbal sparring adds intrigue and builds anticipation for what could be a defining fight in their careers. Boxing thrives on rivalries, and this one has all the elements of a classic talent, trash talk, and the promise of high stakes. For now, fans are left speculating on whether these words will lead to action in the ring. If a fight were to materialize, it would not only settle the score, but also provide a platform for both fighters to prove their greatness. Until then, the war of words is likely to continue, keeping the spotlight firmly on Davis and Stevenson.
Can we see you with Shakur before you go?
Waiting more time.
For what? Who have Shakur? What have Shakur done? What have he done in the sport? He haven't done nothing. The young one is looking more better than him. The Keyshawn. Keyshawn looking way more better than this nigga. I keep screaming this nigga name. He haven't done nothing. Keyshawn haven't even done nothing.
So what do you say to those who might
Keep
be
saying his name
afraid?
for.
So what do you say to those who might?
Gervonta Tank Davis has continued to downplay Shakur Stevenson's potential threat, dismissing his style as insufficient to handle real power in the ring. Responding to talk of a possible fight, Davis remarked, "All that boxing, what's he going to do once he gets hit?" Tank's confidence stems from his reputation as one of the sport's most devastating punchers, raising questions about whether Stevenson's defensive prowess could withstand his pressure.
tough.
This challenge highlights the stylistic clash between the two, with Tank betting on raw power
need
to
to go
overpower
and
Shakur's
fight.
technical finesse. The
But
stage for their rivalry intensifies as fans eagerly debate its
not
outcome.
for the
Some of your
belt,
135 contemporaries have a
not
lot
for
to
much.
say these days.
on some shit.
Shakur
That's when nobody
Stevenson,
gonna lose nothing.
of course, he's now 135
Nico,
after
you
all
know,
that stuff, and then Devin
fight.
Haney.
Right. So why people even talk like he's the best at? He didn't even fight at 135 yet.
Right.
He didn't even have power at 126, 30 or
Some
nothing.
people,
He is good.
Okay.
They weren't about the record. Though.
How can you?
They
All,
built
all that's just okay.
money.
How can you
Just
stop
extra all that shit out and just go ahead on and fight.
people
They
that
gotta
can
stop on
actually
fight.
hit?
For real, for real.
No matter all that boxing, you going to get hit. What you gonna do when you get hit?
When asked by a
They can
reporter
make it
about
sound
rumors that he
good.
is afraid of facing Shakur Stevenson, Gervonta Tank Davis dismissed the notion with his trademark confidence and sharp wit. Tank replied, "Afraid of what? He only has a defense." This response encapsulates Davis's belief that Stevenson's style, while technically sound, lacks the versatility or offensive threat needed to truly challenge him. By reducing Stevenson's skill set to just defense, Tank conveyed his disdain for
I'm
overly
undefeated
technical
fighter
boxing
myself.
styles that emphasize avoiding punches rather than delivering
Both
decisive
weight
blows.
classes.
Davis's approach to the sport is
A
rooted
lot
in
of
power and
boxing,
dominance,
boxing,
making it
politics.
easy for him to dismiss a fighter whom he perceives as lacking the tools to hurt him in the ring.
It'd be a whole
For
lot of
Davis,
excuses.
fear simply doesn't factor into his mindset. His response was not just a rejection of the reporter's question, but also a subtle jab at Stevenson's capabilities.
They're good actors. They might as well
This
just go
attitude
to
is part of what
WWE.
has made Tank a polarizing figure in the sport.
Lie.
His confidence often borders on cockiness, fueling both admiration and criticism from fans and fellow fighters alike. Tank's statement not only silenced the claims, but also set the tone for the ongoing verbal sparring between him and Stevenson.
Who have Shakur? What have Shakur done? What have he done in the sport? He haven't done nothing. The young one is looking more better than him.
Who that?
The Keyshawn looking way more better than this. I keep screaming his name. He haven't done nothing. Keyshawn haven't even done nothing.
So what do you say to those who
Y'all
might
keep
be
saying his name
afraid?
for?
So what do you say to those who might be saying that, Tank is afraid of Shakur?
Afraid of what? Afraid of what? Us fighters, if we're afraid of somebody, it gotta be somebody and hurt us. Like he don't have no offense. Everything is defense. Defense only winning basketball and
Gervonta Davis has consistently prioritized the financial rewards of boxing over the pursuit of legacy-defining matchups. As a self-identified prize fighter, Tank has never shied away from admitting that his primary motivation is monetary gain. This pragmatic approach has driven him to choose opponents based on their ability to generate lucrative pay-per-view numbers and live gate revenue rather than their standing in boxing's rankings or their stylistic challenges. Shakur Stevenson, while an immensely talented and decorated fighter, has not yet reached the level of mainstream appeal or financial draw that would entice Davis into the ring. Tank views every fight as a business decision, and for now, Stevenson doesn't meet the criteria for a high-stakes blockbuster event. This perspective has sparked criticism from some corners of the boxing world, with fans and analysts accusing Davis of ducking more dangerous opponents in favor of safer, more profitable matchups. However, Davis's strategy has undeniably worked in his favor. He is one of the highest paid and most recognizable stars in boxing today, commanding massive paydays and consistently selling out arenas. From Tank's point of view, a fight with Stevenson doesn't make financial sense, not because he fears losing, but because he doesn't see it as a worthwhile investment. This approach underscores the tension of boxing's dual identities as both a sport and a business.
I've been told y'all Gervonta Tank Davis isn't a prize fighter. I know a lot of you guys say, well, he doesn't fight belts, he doesn't fight for legacy, he fights for money. He's a prize fighter, Jerry. And I'm going to assume a prize fighter is a guy who is solely making fights based off of cash reward. He'd rather fight a bum for $50 million than fight a guy who's experienced for $10 million. That is what a prize fighter would be. Actual definition, a professional boxer who competes in matches for money prizes. So let's take a look at it. Turki Al-Sheikh has declared he wants to make Tank versus Shakur. He says, my plan for Shakur is this fight. He's referring to Floyd Schofield, then Williams Zepeda, and then let's see if Tank wants to be in our show. Tank's not going to fight Shakur. He's not going to fight him in Saudi Arabia.
While Tank Davis recently announced his intention to retire next year, a revelation that complicates the possibility of a fight with Shakur Stevenson. For fans, this announcement was a blow as it cast doubt on whether one of the most anticipated matchups in boxing could ever materialize. A fight of this magnitude would require extensive planning, promotion, and negotiation, all of which takes time that may be running out if Tank is serious about his retirement. Stevenson, for his part, has remained undeterred. He has insisted that he is ready to fight Tank now, urging Davis to make the matchup happen before stepping away from the sport. However, Davis's retirement plan suggests that his priorities lie elsewhere, possibly focusing on securing a few final big paydays rather than taking on a risky opponent like Stevenson. This development leaves fans in a state of uncertainty. If Davis follows through on his retirement plans, the boxing world may be left with another what-if scenario, a rivalry that never made it to the ring. For Stevenson, this timeline adds urgency to his callouts as he seeks to capitalize on the opportunity before it's gone.
Tank isn't a prize fighter because if he was, his career resume would look a whole lot different. Then we must ask, what is Tank's goal in boxing? I'll tell you right now, it's easy money. Tank is the type of guy, he'd rather fight, let's say, 4 Lamont Roaches for $20 million than fight one Shakur Stevenson for $80 million, which is fine. But I'm tired of people saying, oh, he's a prize fighter. That's why he's not taking these fights. He's not a prize fighter. The biggest money fights is Haney, Ryan, Tio, Shakur, and Loma. He's not even going to take half of those fights. So please, guys, all my Tank fans, all my guys who claim Tank is a prize fighter, that's why he's not fighting for the belts. Please stop it. The guy's not a legacy fighter. He's not a prize fighter. He's just a guy who enjoys easy paydays. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with that. Just stop misleading people with your comments.
Shakur Stevenson has been vocal in his desire to fight Gervonta Davis, repeatedly calling him out in interviews and social media posts. Stevenson has gone as far as to claim that Davis will never take the fight, accusing Tank of actively avoiding a matchup with him. He's scared to take the challenge Stevenson declared, framing himself as the fighter willing to take risks and calling Tank's willingness into question. This public call-out is a strategic move by Stevenson, who aims to build his profile and pressure Davis into accepting the fight. By openly questioning Davis's courage, Stevenson is tapping into the psychology of the sport, knowing that Tank's pride and reputation are at stake. Stevenson's confidence in his own abilities is evident. He believes his technical mastery and adaptability would allow him to neutralize Davis's power, turning what many see as a clash of opposites into a showcase of his superiority. Stevenson's statements also resonate with fans who feel that Tank has been too selective in his choice of opponents. By positioning himself as a fighter willing to face anyone, Stevenson appeals to those who value the competitive spirit of boxing over the business side of the sport. His call-outs are not just challenges, they are declarations of his readiness to take on the best.
One more question before I go. Why not fight Tank at 135?
Tank ain't gonna fight him, man. He's not gonna fight him.
You gotta realize that Tank, he on that other side where he's gonna, act
Take
like
all the cupcakes. Alex, say it.
Man, I'm quite sure.
Look,
You saying he don't want to put that record up?
Look,
Shady,
I know Tank, man.
I know Tank, Shady.
I know Tank
Let
too.
him talk. Go ahead.
Hey, I know Tank too, and I know for a fact at the end of the day, like, he's not jumping into no fight with me. Like, that's a whole different type of atmosphere. That's not like fighting. I'm saying.
So basically, you telling me Tank's scared?
I ain't gonna say the man scared. I'm just saying for a fact.
So what
I know he's not jumping in the ring with me.
Shakur Stevenson has frequently discussed the stylistic dynamics of a potential fight with Tank Davis, emphasizing the sharp contrast in their approaches. Stevenson remarked, "Tank and I have different abilities. Tank has a God-given ability to crack you down, and I got a God-given ability of an eye. I see punches coming towards me, and I ditch them." This statement encapsulates Shakur's confidence in his defensive instincts and ring IQ, which he sees as his greatest assets in neutralizing Tank's power. The matchup would undoubtedly be a clash of philosophies. Davis's approach revolves around aggression, overwhelming opponents with explosive combinations and devastating knockouts. Stevenson, on the other hand, relies on timing, movement, and precision to control the pace and dictate the terms of a fight for fans. This contrast is part of what makes the potential matchup so intriguing. It's a battle between power and finesse, with each fighter representing the pinnacle of their respective styles. Shakur's belief in his ability to ditch punches highlights his readiness to adapt to Tank's aggression. While many fighters have succumbed to Davis's relentless pressure, Stevenson sees himself as uniquely equipped to handle it, turning Tank's strengths into vulnerabilities.
Tank is the face of boxing, and he get a lot of knockouts that people kind of making it like, if you ain't doing what Tank doing, then they're going to say it's boring. Do you feel like it's because of how his style is that they kind of putting that on you, like wanting you to do that?
People is blessed with different ability. He's blessed with a God-given ability that he crack you 9 times out of 10, you're going to go down. That's his ability.
Yeah.
I'm blessed with God-given eyes. A lot of people don't understand how good my eyes is. I can see really good. Like punches come my way, I know how to get away from them
Right.
at any given time. Our abilities are just different, so they probably are judging me from a scale of him, but at the end of the day, he's a great fighter. He's a special fighter, but I'm special in my own right too.
For Shakur Stevenson, fighting Gervonta Davis represents the ultimate test. He has repeatedly referred to Tank as the face of boxing and a legend, acknowledging Davis's influence and status within the sport. A fight with Tank would not only elevate Stevenson's career, but also give him the opportunity to prove himself against one of the most accomplished fighters of his generation. Stevenson's desire to fight Davis is deeply personal. He sees the matchup as a way to cement his own legacy while gaining invaluable experience against a fighter of Tank's caliber. Shakur has expressed admiration for what Davis has achieved, even amidst the trash talk, and views the fight as a way to learn and grow as a boxer beyond the rivalry. Stevenson respects the challenge Tank represents and views the potential bout as a defining moment in his own career. In addition to his technical motivations, Shakur Stevenson has pointed to the personal animosity between himself and Tank Davis as a driving factor in his desire for a fight. "We've got beef," Stevenson has said, referencing their history of verbal sparring and public tension. For Stevenson, this beef isn't just about bad blood, it's a promotional opportunity to turn their rivalry into a must-watch event. Shakur has even said that the fight would be fun because of the added stakes and emotional intensity that come with their beef. While many rivalries in boxing are manufactured for publicity, the tension between Stevenson and Davis feels genuine, adding an extra layer of intrigue to the potential matchup. However, for Stevenson, the beef is secondary to the opportunity to share the ring with a fighter of Tank's stature. The fight is about more than settling a grudge, it's about seizing a chance to prove himself against the best.
So in my previous video, a lot of y'all said that Shakur can outbox Tank. Now, look, I'm not taking nothing away from Shakur. I understand people say he can't be touched and things like that, but when you look at how he fights, he don't dip shit. He just backs up. He just literally like kind of just jumps out the way. Eventually, he's going to do what Frank did and back his ass up in the corner. He's going to get his lights cut off like he didn't play the electric. And like I told y'all in my other video, bro, he's going to get it the worst because after every fight, he's taunting Tank like, hey, man, you got somebody right here that want to fight you, bro. We got real beef right here. Come on, you know, like, let's fight. He's literally asking for
The ongoing war of words between Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson has captured the attention of boxing fans worldwide. Many see their rivalry as one of the most compelling storylines in the sport today, with debates raging over who would prevail in a head-to-head matchup. Tank's explosive power and finishing ability have won him countless fans, while Shakur's precision and defensive mastery appeal to purists who value technical skill. This divide in fan sentiment has only intensified with each new round of trash talk, fueling anticipation for a fight that may never happen. For fans, the rivalry represents everything that makes boxing great talent, drama, and the promise of an unforgettable showdown.
That's why I said Tank is going to make an example out of him. Tank is going to make an example out of him, bro, because he keeps asking for it and going on, you know, social media, doing these interviews, throwing little shots and shit like that. Buddy, we all know why you want to fight. Tank's a face of boxing. He wants the experience. Then once you get in the ring with him, it's like, bro, I fought the best of the best. Now I can whoop a random boxer. And you definitely can't have a chin because you don't get hit for real because you run. So I'm going to tell you right now, the fact that you don't have a chin, look, I'm going to tell you right now, you better tuck that motherfucker. Us. You saw what happened to Frank. That's exactly where Tank hit Frank.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned until next time.
Y'all. That's it for that video. Like, for real, that's it. Man, they got all Tank up. Bro, it's going down. For real. Y'all see me in the lineup. Yeah, I'm in the lineup. Yes. I'm in the lineup. Gotta take a video of that. Like, bang, I'm in the lineup. Yeah. For real. Y'all see me in the lineup. I'm in the lineup. Yeah. Man, this is full, bro. Line them up. Man, I think, yeah, that's done for this stream right here. For real. Yeah, that's it for this stream. We gonna stop the French. Alright, thank you, but yeah, that's the relationship between Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson. Everybody been waiting for that fight for the longest. Like, for real. But shit, I'm going to edit this. Put it where y'all actually need to see it. Let's go edit this one. Boxing. We're gonna do Yeah. All right, that's cool. I think that's enough. Yes, indeed. But it's your boy King Studio Best. I already know. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that in the comments. Is Shakur really ready to fight him? You know, mentally, physically, emotionally. Obviously, it looked like Gervonta Davis not ready to fight him. Probably he figured physically, but I don't think. I think you know, like Shakur, Shakur Davis. I mean, not really. Gervonta don't really want to mess with him over a dispute of a little beef and also a little spot he had, you know, which the footage didn't really like drop. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, he not really, Gervonta Davis not really ready, like emotionally and like mentally, but physically on some stuff. He feel you ready, but Shakur Stevenson is ready mentally, physically, and emotionally, you know. So, you know, hopefully, you know, they do it, you know. But yeah, Gervonta trying to retire and some stuff. You know, I do boxing myself. I'm undefeated, but at the same time, we all in the same weight class. But they both great fighters. I'm saying, but I just make sure I don't entertain the politics. I'm not a politic fighter on some stuff, you know. A real fighter, like for real. But that'd be it for this screen, y'all. I see y'all looking for another screen, you know. Y'all take care of it. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. And, you know, y'all know what to do. You know, if y'all feeling it, go ahead on hit that subscribe button. Bing! You know, share it, like, thumbs up, and comment away. I'll be back for another one. It's your boy King Studio Best, Worldwide Entertainment Records. Y'all know it. Independent everything. We doing independent movement. You feel me? Out, you know, boxer, actor, model, gamer. I'm out, man.